Hi guys, today we are solving the algorithm HackerRank challenge called birthday cakes candles. So here we have a niece, it's her birthday, and we want to have as many candles on her birthday cake as her age. So let's say she's 4, then we're going to have 4 candles on the cake. But she can only blow the tallest candles on the cake. So here we're going to receive an array, and the array is going to correspond to the height of every candle on the cake. And let's say, for instance, the heights are 4, 4, 1, and 3. Then she can only blow 2 candles, which are the tallest ones. In this case, it's 4 because 4 appears twice. So if you think about it, this HackerRank challenge, in fact, is requiring you to count how many times a maximum value in an array appears. So that's what this whole challenge is about. If I scroll down here and you can see this sample input here, we have this array of 4 numbers. 3, 2, 1, 3. And we need to return the number 2 because the number 3, which is the maximum number, appears only 2 times. And that's how many candles our niece can blow on the cake. So as you know, whenever in programming, usually for these basic algorithms, you encounter a min or max problem that requires you, to count how many times a minimum value appears or how many times a maximum value appears in an array, then you know that it's always a good idea to start by sorting your array. So that's what we are doing now, R, and then we pass in the beginning and the end, it returns a vector. I'm adding an ampersand to my parameter to pass it by reference. And then now what I want to do is get a variable that I'm going to call count. And this is going to be initialized to 0. So we are going to use that variable to count how many times our tallest candle appears in the array that we receive in this function. Now, we definitely know, now that we've sorted our array, that the last value is going to be equal to the largest elements or the tallest candle in our array. So I can have an index pointed to that element, right? So I'm going to say index equals the size of the array minus 1. So whenever, let's say, my program, I do something like this, it's going to point to the last element inside my my array. But of course, the name of our array is AR, not ARR. So, all right, so now I can assume that the last element is in fact the tallest. So this is the vector of integers. It only stores integers. So we can also have an integer called tallest. And I'm going to set it at first to the last element of the array, which is automatically the tallest because our array is now sorted. So I can have this. And now I can write a basic while loop. And I can count how many times my tallest value appears in my array. So I can say, so long as this condition evaluates to true, then I want to increase my counts by 1. I'm going to increment that value by 1. So at first it's 0. Now it's going to be 1 automatically, of course, because we are beginning this while loop with the tallest value already pointed to the last element or the last value in our array. And then I want to decrement my index value. We are looping through this while loop in backwards fashion. So it makes sense to decrement the value of index because index begins at the last element here. So we are pointing to the last value. And at every iteration, we are going to count how many times our largest value appears in our array. When we are done, we simply need to return the count, not the tallest value. We need to return the count, how many times we counted that number appear in our array. So that should be 8, I think, if I did not rush anything. Let's run this code now, make sure that we pass the test cases, and we just did. So I'm now going to submit this code and make sure that all the test cases are green. And yeah, we just passed all the test cases. So the time complexity for this at worst is going to be linear. Let's say we have an array with only a single number like 3, 3, 3, and 3. Then of course, we're going to loop through the entire array because this is always going to evaluate to true. So that's it for this HackerRank challenge. If you guys liked my solution, please make sure you subscribe to this channel to support it. Give this video a thumbs up, drop your comments in the comment section, and share this video. And I'll catch you next time.